My family spent 200 years being moved against their will, trafficked into Mississippi as property. Then, 3 generations later, they left for Chicago, for California, in the largest internal migration in American history. They were right to leave when they left. But I have come to believe their grandchildren may be making a mistake by staying gone. This is not an abstract argument for me. The first 2 parts of this series were my own family or the Colemans, forced into Winston County. The Loves owned by the Chickasaw Nation. Every name I recovered is anchored in one place at Mississippi. I built that ground unpaid for a century, and then almost all of us left it. And leaving made sense. Between 1916 and 1970, 6 million Black Americans left the South to escape lynching, sharecropping, and Jim Crow. They traded the plantation for the factory and the ballot box that the South denied them. I am not here to romanticize what they fled. The question I am asking is a different one. What did it cost politically, and is that cost still worth paying? Here is the core idea. In American politics, power is geographic. Representation, school boards, sheriffs, district lines, they are all decided by who lives where. When a population concentrates, it elects. When it deserves is into other people's majorities. The migration took a population that was concentrated in the rural South, spread it across northern cities, where it became a minority inside someone else's map. Now look at where that left the South. There are counties and misplaces among them where Black residents are a near majority, or were within living memory, and where a relatively small, deliberate return could tip local power back. Not a vague move south. County-specific math. The same geography that was used to control my ancestors could concentrated again be used to represent their death. Picture it in one county. A few thousand returning families, people with roots there, coming home, and suddenly the county board, the school district, the courthouse look like the people who live there. That is not a fantasy. It is just demographics run in reverse. Migration changes power. I am arguing the same lever still works, pointed the other way. And here's where I have to be as honest as I was with the records. There are real arguments against this. Asking people to return to the place their family fled trauma is a heavy thing to ask. And some will say concentrating Black voters geographically is exactly the Howard case, how could them pack themselves in district and neutralized Wortham. I do not have a complete answer to all of that. What I have is a conviction that dispersal was never neutral, that scattering was, in part, the point, and that something was lost in it that is worth weighing deliberately rather than by default. I am not telling anyone to pack a truck. I am the question of where we live deserves to be a choice we make on purpose, the way our ancestors' moves were for. So here is where I land. The South took my family in chains, and the North took them in by necessity. Neither was a free choice. The road back, if there is one, has to be. I am not certain this is right, but I am certain it is worth taking seriously. That is what this channel is going to keep doing. If you have watched all 3 of these, you have watched me go from a name on a slave schedule to an argument about the future. That is the through line, where we came from and where we choose to go. I am going to keep following both. Tell me where you think I am wrong, I mean that. And come back for the next one.